Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to replace the spur gear on the Traxxas slash 4x4 VXL. First thing you're going to want to do is there's 4 screws. Go here, here, and then on the bottom. And that'll take the whole rear assembly off. I'm going to flip it over, kind of hold it. You get the 2 screws here and here that you're going to want to take off. Alright. Now I'll kind of flip it over. Then there's this screw here, that you'll take this off because then it helps get the gearing out. It's just the one screw, and then a little prying needed just where it's safe, so like around here and here. Needs a little work. What the heck? There it goes. Alright, so now you get, that's where the motor gear is, and that's the spur gear here. What you're going to want to do is kind of tilt this forwards, hold the spur gear just so it doesn't move and get in the way, and then just kind of wiggle it back off just like that, then put that to the side. And then get the spur gear, it's all right there. Just slide it right on out. And if the motor mount's too close, there's this screw here you'll loosen, which I already did, and it allows you to move this whole motor forward, up and back, down, so it's out of your way. Alright, so what I did, I just got the spur gear off Amazon. Doesn't really matter as long as it's the right part number. You can find that in the instruction manual, and then you just gotta search that number. As long as it's the right one and it says it fits, then it should be good. So first you're gonna take the locking gear, the set gear, out. Make sure you don't lose any of these pieces. Pull this piece off, put that to the side, and then you'll use the nut driver to maybe you have to use the other nut driver. There we go. That's a nut driver. Just loosen that. Pull that off, put that to the side. Then you get the spring, get that off. Make sure you get the right side on. Oops. Looks like it's relatively the same, so it doesn't really matter too much. Then you get this weird piece right here, pull that off. And then pull the spur gear out. Want to make sure these, if they ever come off, stay in the same spot, same way. Don't lose your pieces. This. Then you're gonna have to take your Allen wrench and loosen these nuts, which is onto the back of the slipper clutch. Just a little locking nut. Once you have that off, you should be able to. Yeah, there it goes. Just fits tight. Got that out. Just got the holes that go in, screws in. And then you got, for mine, it doesn't have the ball bearing, which if the bearing's still good, probably just push that out and just use some leverage. And then you got the bearing, you can just push that right in if it should fit the right piece. Just needs a little effort. If you get something flat, you can push against it, usually helps. Oh, that's fine. Make sure you put it in the right way. You just want to make sure that's snug in there. And you just put the slipper clutch pieces back in the new piece, the new spur gear. It's loose, so they're going to want to move. Just tighten them all back in. Now that that piece is together, you want to make sure this is in the right slots, or the grooves. Each lump, kind of get these 4 pieces. You want to make sure those are lined up. And then you get the slipper clutch through. We're going to put every piece back that was there. So I'm going to guess this is a washer or something. Get the washer back on. Get the spring back on. And the nut, you can put that. I gotta hold the whole system together, or else it will spin in your fingers, your hands. It's nice and tight, not too bad. Hold it on. And then you take a piece that connects to the drive shaft. You want to make sure it's on the flat side, not the round. With the hole, line that up. In this one, it doesn't allow you to put it on if it's not on the flat side, but most times you want to make sure the set gears are always on the flat side. So put that in there. On the flat, kind of lined up as best as you can. And just tighten that. You want to make sure it gets tight so it doesn't fall off like that. There we go. Just hold it in place while you're screwing it, and just give it a little nice snug. Make sure it's snug. And there you go. The spur gear is reset. Put on. And pull this right back. This spur gear, it actually goes on pretty easily. It's really just making sure you get it in there. The little wiggles, and spin it, and I'm just gonna make sure it lines in with the drivetrain here. You know that's in. Spin it, and then the wheels will all spin. So that's in. And we'll just get the rear wheels back on, and then we'll actually you can get this set, which what I like about this is just the nut loosen, and you can move the whole motor mount up and down. So I guess there's a trick. You gotta make sure you get the right amount of spacing in here, or else you'll burn out the spur, the whole gears, or won't spin enough. That's what happened to mine. It burnt the gears out. You can just take a piece of aluminum foil and just fold it in half to get the right amount of spacing. It's a nice trick you can do. So then you take the aluminum foil, put it in, make sure you get enough room to get it in there. Kind of have it a little tricky. So you just gotta there you go. Right, now that it's in all the way, it's in, going out right there. Gonna just push the motor in as tight as you can, and then you tighten the screw with the Allen wrench. Oops. It's nice and tight. That did not work. Loosened it by accident. Alright, let's give that another go. Make sure it's on tight this time. So we'll just get this in. Oh, come on. Only thing annoying about it, it just wants to fold on you. Alright. Give this another go. Alright. You gotta push this in as tight as you can. Make sure the gears are in the right spot. Probably would help if you had the tires on to hold the gear in, but you gotta get this paper out. Aluminum foil. So you gotta have at least you want to have at least the thickness of a paper to be able to go through. That way is the right amount of spacing. This is not. There it goes. I'm gonna get this paper aluminum foil out without messing it up. Gonna rotate this and then it'll come out. There it goes. Now with all the aluminum foil out, you can get the rear setting back in. Now that that's locked in, you get just the right amount of spacing. Now it's working. Spin both. You don't want it too tight or else it's gonna burn out the gears. So then the kind of trickier part is getting the rear assembly back on. So you gotta make sure inside here's kind of clean. You can see there's two lines that hold in this piece. It's flat on two sides. You want to make sure those sides are lined up as best as possible. Like that. You can change it by just moving the tires. So now I have it straight. Just turn the gear a little bit. There you go. Alright, and then you want to push it together while getting the back end into the slot. There we go. It's actually pretty simple once you know how to do it. But yeah, you're just going to make sure it gets into this slot because it has a lip. You want to get that behind the slot. And then I'm going to start with the screws here just to get it to hold. Doesn't matter really, whatever you feel comfortable with. You're just gonna pull this back just to get it in. Oops. Whatever screws you want to start with, it's fine. Just gotta make sure the screw holes are lined up. There we go. And just kind of squish it together. Probably gonna help with the stand. Alright. So you have it pushed together and then turn it. Edit all this out. Right, now it's pushed together. You can kind of get the screw started. Get it in the right spot. Good. It's a little tricky. There it goes. Alright. You don't want to tighten it too much. You want to get the other one in. Now that the other screw's in, you should be able to get this one in easily. But just give it a little push so the hole lines up. Alright, get that one started. Get most of the way in. Then we're going to flip it over before we get these screws in all the way. And screw in these two screws. So we'll just screw these ones in all the way. It's in. So with this coming out, it definitely helps. Oh, and right there, the whole. So that's the lip that you want to make sure it's down. I didn't notice it came out. So let's reline that, make sure it's in, because that's your main support. Just edit this out. Edit till where I've got the screws going in correctly. Alright, so now that we got the piece lined up, I'm just going to actually start here because it's not, to make sure that piece doesn't pop out. And it's definitely easier to get it in from the back first. Just get it snug, and then get the other one before you tighten it fully. Oops. And make sure they're both tight. You can flip it back over. Put the stand back here. And then we get the 2 screws that'll go here and here. Get those in. Gonna pull it back a little bit so the screw lines up with the hole. And we'll get the other one started before we finish that one. It's not working against ourselves. Alright. Get that one in, and we'll just tighten this one. Just get it nice, tight. It's making that noise. Alright, now that we got these, all 4 screws are in. Nice and tight. Then you get the cover for right here. And give it a So you get this piece back in, cover, kind of push it down a little bit, get the nut, and screw that back in. And once you get that done, that should be it. There we go. There you go, just like new. Well, thanks for watching the video, and have a great day.